What is a seemingly ordinary question you can ask somebody that will tell you a lot about their personality?
Once I was asked this question during a job interview. What is a life motto you often preach but find difficult to practice? Whew, that was a tough one. Very clever question indeed.
Clean as you go. 100% believe it is correct. 100% cannot manage it. Great for brown-nosing if you know what I'm talking about.
A famous chef once said, I forget who, only bad chefs clean as you go.
If you can't fly, run if you can't run, walk if you can't walk, crawl but by all means keep moving. Don't let the walkers catch you. I believe in it fully. What matters most is progress even if it is at the pace of a crawl. Though when I struggle mentally it is incredibly difficult to keep moving even when it is at a slow pace. This is because keeping myself functioning is difficult at that time.
I like a condensed version of this direction is more important than speed.
Something like this comes up in Squirrel's Masquerade. Throughout the book, Granny Weatherwax asks several people what they'd remove from their house if it was on fire. The last answer she gets is the fire. Edit. Clearly folks, it's the metaphor of lore.
I had a TA ask me in a get-to-know-you activity what my vision was for a perfect world. And I said round LOL. My brain too smooth sometimes.
Reminds me of Miss Congeniality when she was asked for her perfect date and she said, I'd have to say April 25th because it's not too hot, not too cold. All you need is a light jacket.
As I get older, I really appreciate that answer. As a kid, your favorite season is either summer because, well, it's summer, or maybe winter if you ski or snowboard. As a grown adult, I can really appreciate a nice 60-degree day. I can go out without breaking a sweat. If I need to do some yard work, I'm good. Buck summer and winter, give me 12 months of spring and fall and I'm a happy camper.
My father-in-law went on a job interview about 10 years ago and absolutely nailed the interview. As he was being shown around the office, a high-level person in that company who normally wasn't there just happened to be there that day. After they were introduced, he asked my FIL what kind of animal he would be. My FIL said he panicked and picked bear. He's a bigger guy. And the other guy said something along the lines of, that's a little too aggressive, maybe this isn't the job for you. So he didn't get the job, but I guess it worked out because he's got a pretty good job now, and if I was him, I wouldn't want to work for someone who hires people based on what animal they think they would be.
The hiring manager must have been so pissed off, LMAO. Imagine you find a great candidate and then your crikey boss randomly throws him out for no reason.
My very intelligent, very kind, very hard-working husband needed a job when he was like 19 and they made him take a personality test. He's like, I'm okay. And they told him he didn't get the job because he failed this personality test. What was the job? Making breadsticks at Olive Garden.
Got this one in an interview once. How do you go about eating a muffin? Learned a lot about muffin anatomy that day. It was a bakery after all.
How do you go about eating a muffin? Well, first, I unhinge my jaw. Haha. If you know, you know.
It's not a single question, but by the second or third date with a guy, I would ask him to go bowling. As it turns out, there's many ways to play the game. Do they take it too seriously and get competitive or angry if they don't do well? Does he act disinterested or bored of the game? Do they try to teach me how to play, or do they just try to be goofy, have fun with it? Do they order 2 pitchers of beer and get totally smashed? In my opinion, you can learn a lot about a person by the way they approach bowling.
What if they bring their ex-wife's dog? A Pomeranian with bucking papers. LOL. Sorry. Maybe that was just for me.
Bowling is exactly how I messed things up with my first girlfriend because I did not properly handle the fact that she was better. 15 years later, I am thankful for the experience because I learned a lot about myself and life in general. It was a very important and humbling learning experience, and it made me a better person. I hadn't really thought about until now, but I think bowling is the perfect third date for the exact reasons you described. And this is so weird, but I think this is the first time I have really taken a moment to ignore my bitterness and be thankful for all the lessons my first love taught me.
Glad you've grown with time and learned from these things. Recognizing mistakes and learning from them is what turns people into good humans. Senior bleep bleep and bleep. Haha, what a name.
What's the biggest misconception about you? It's a pretty good window into how they see themselves and how they believe others see them. I like to follow up with, why do you think people have that misconception about you?
I always answer this with, people think I'm a witch because of my face, but it's just my face. People who smile all the time for no reason are psychopaths.
Oh, man. Everyone always thinks I'm a vegan. I've missed out on so much free pizza at work because nobody would tell me.
I've had many people in my life assume I am vegetarian. I am not, never have been. I don't know what it is, but I guess I give off a vegetarian vibe. Very confusing when it happens.
What was the last thing you did that gave you childlike joy?
Remember when you used to play Kick the Rock when you were a kid? I went on a walk the other day and my headphones died, so I played Kick the Rock. I tried to see how long I could kick a rock before it went into grass or veered too far away. I managed to get one rock 4 blocks, and for the first time in years I actually felt genuine childlike joy. It was fantastic and simple.
On a similar note, another good question is, when was the last time you bought yourself a toy? You either get the self-reflective, I treat my drills like toys, or a sweet, I bought myself a doll recently because my parents didn't want me to have girl toys. This question can go either direction. Be ready for the roller coaster LOL.
What color folder was math for you growing up? Nothing about the color matters, it's how passionately they defend their color choice.
I just stuffed the crumpled papers in my backpack. But I ended up in prison LMAO in my 20s LMAO. So yeah. Good question indeed.
What are you having for dinner tonight? It's really cool to hear about what people like, what their culture is like, because food is a huge part of that, and generally just how they live. Expensive or cheap? Quick or elaborate? Adventurous or safe?
Or if everything they eat is pasta. I am currently struggling with finding things to cook, and all my friends' suggestions are either on the level of pasta or the level of, well, I like to eat raw bacon. Yeah, my buddies are weird, just a little bit.
What book would you like to live in?
Orwell's 1984. Oh wait, what the heck.